So guys, for this one, this is the second option, especially when your opponent is very flexible or he's very aware of what you're doing. This is a very common scenario. I have the same thing. I have pressure, I'm pushing in. As I push in, he comes back. I replace. See how my left hand replaces my knee and I catch. Now, when I pick my hips up, it actually helps me unhook that hook. If I stay here, it's gonna be hard. I need to pick my hip up to break that hook. Now I could turn my hip and go. Now here's the scenario. As I'm passing, this leg will go right in front of my hip. Yeah, like this. And they kind of extend the leg very hard. It helps them recover. So as I'm doing this and I'm passing, I'm gonna step back and then over. Now I've disengaged the frame because you're not gonna beat a frame. So if you keep going, he's gonna win. If he extends this leg and I keep going, he's just gonna use it to recover, exactly. So when I go to this situation, I step back and I go over the leg and then I push in. If he's framing that shoulder really well, it's okay, because look what's doing the work. My knee. My knee's gonna replace my hand and I'm gonna go here. Okay, grab the back and then my left leg can hook just over. It doesn't have to, it can stay here, but if I hook over, then I can actually pummel my hand. So as he frames the shoulder, I could pummel in between, crossface and back step all the way to side control again. So again, it's how I disengage that frame. And also notice everything I'm doing with timing. So as I grab the collar, I push in, he creates space. Okay, my hand goes and replaces. I bring my knee across, he starts framing really well. I can't keep going, I need to walk back and then over, okay? And I drive forward, okay? Now my knee replaces my hand. I can't stay here because I'm gonna be a little off balance. I release my hand and grab the back with my left hand, okay? Now this hand can start working. Maybe I can cross face already. Maybe he has a good frame. I go underneath and I start, and I don't look up. I actually look down and hook, okay? And as I hook, my right leg can start working this way. I can also go to mount if I want, or I can stay with my back step and go to side control. Bring him out, bring my other knee to his hip, and then come back, okay? So it's another option. The person on bottom has to frame with the foot, and it's gonna help us get a better connection when we're passing. So y'all can see the details. So same thing, grab, hold, my hips come up, I catch, I drop my hip and turn, he follows. Okay, look, I'm gonna step back, all right? Step over. Notice my head, I keep it low, so if I go this way, it's gonna bug my face, but I actually go this way and keep this leg pinned, because if I don't keep this leg pinned, he can shrimp. If I focus on this leg, he can start to move and recoup, right? So I keep holding on to this. I keep my head low, and as I step over, look, I break his frames. I don't break his frames, I move around his frames, and now I can start working. Now from here I grab, and now I turn and hook the top leg, get a deeper crossface. Again, I can go to side control, or I can go to mount and stay super high on the mount, super low, whatever you decide. If I do back step and I come back here, okay, grab the hip, my right leg replaces the hip here. If he's framing, that's okay. I stay looking towards the legs, nice and low. If he frames really hard at the shoulder, I could even circle my head and break the frame further. Okay, so you see the front of the position, back of the position, understand the grips, the movement, the timing, and always wait for his reaction. Okay, if you just go, you're gonna muscle it, you're gonna gas. It's better to hold tight, he moves, I get my position. As I start to go, I feel the frame, I step back, over the leg, pinch my knees, and stay very tight, moving away from the frame. So suppose I get into my knee cup position and my opponent has a really tight grip on my leg. Of course, I grab the collar. We're gonna look at another option to get the back. So again, I push into him. He responds a little bit, comes up. My hand replaces my knee, and I grab here. Sometimes people grab here. This is not good because then I can't control the knee. I need to make sure I control the knee here. Okay, now my hip comes up and I push down. Slice my knee across the shin, drop my shoulder, and then come back up. Now, let's say he puts his foot on my hip, right? If he's really tall and I can't kind of shake off that frame, all I'm gonna do is turn my hip like this and then step over. Okay? Suppose that he's a pretty strong opponent and he's on his side a lot, trying to block this maybe, right? So what we're gonna do here is, as I grab the back of his collar and pull him up, I'm gonna help him kind of stay on his side. I block the leg, right? And now I'm going to back step. Now as I back step, I push into him because he was already on his side. I push into him, wedge my knee through, and it's gonna be easier to connect the back. From here I can connect my legs, stretch them out, and start working the choke to finish. You can do your traditional choke, bow and arrow, hand behind the head, whatever you want to finish, okay? Let's do it again. So we're in this position here. I switch my hand to replace my knee. If it's very tight on the leg, all I'm gonna do is pick my hip up higher and then drop my knee and my shoulder. Okay, later we'll look at other ways if it's hard to break. From here he puts his foot on my hip to kind of create space. If it's on my left side of the hip, I'm just gonna turn my hip, right? That allows me to get it off. If he puts it on the right part, okay, then I just turn my hip this way. And if he puts it on the middle, I'm gonna use my legs to kind of start working. See, I work my pommel with my legs and I'm able to connect here. I don't have to hold onto the knee because now I'm up here, okay? Now if he stays flat, on his back, then we just pass this way to our right. But if he stays really aggressive coming up, I'm gonna help pull him up. I step back, I keep pushing into him, and wedge my knee through. Once I wedge my knee, I can start lifting him, getting my hooks, and start working on that choke. Okay? So we're really focusing on his frame, the situation when they put the frame on the hip, and how to bypass that frame. And then going back to leg weave, dropping the foot, and back stepping. We're gonna look at the back take. So we're in this position. I'm here, my hand replaces my knee. I go forward. Now he's gonna turtle. As he turtles, like he's doing everything right. He's kind of inverting and stuff. I'm gonna continue to control the knee to slow him down and continue holding on to this. As he keeps turtling, keep going, Justin. Okay, if he stays in this inversion position, I'm gonna abandon the grip. I'm gonna come back and start working my leg drag, okay? Sorry. If he just turtles, let's say he doesn't invert and he turtles here, I'm gonna keep the grip, abandon the knee grip, and hop over to the other side. My knee's gonna go through that middle wedge, and my hand comes over his shoulder to get the back, okay? So let's focus for now, because a lot of you cannot invert, so let's focus on the turtle. But later we'll go over options when the guy does invert. We step back and we push down, right? So we're here, grab, we come in, he goes ahead and turtles. Okay, perfect. Look, I'm gonna connect my chest to his back, put my left knee. I'm doing this slowly to explain, but I wanna do this as soon as he turtles. Put my left knee in between, wedge it between the knee and the elbow, and get my arm over his shoulder, okay? Like so. My bottom hook will go freely, and then this hook can start working its way here. Could even hook underneath. And again, start working the choke, okay? This allows me to have a better point of leverage when they do turtle. Okay, and the other reason it works is because in order for him to come up, he has to bypass this cross face. If his arm, his right arm, goes under my arm, he's not gonna have a lot of success turtling because of the cross face. That's why he has to go over the arm to sneak through. He's bypassing that cross face, which in turn allows me to have leverage on his back. So as he turtles, I'm grabbing this way, look, and pulling him to get the back, okay? If he doesn't let you get the hook, I can cross my feet here, stretch them out, and start working my way on my attacks. Okay, so from this angle, so we do the same thing. Pass, he turtles. As he turtles, this is slowing him down. I hold, and I work the back take.